Good day to everybody. This is Kevin Savine, South African, political prisoner of Ireland, number 5753612. I just want to update you and let you know what a disgrace these politicians are and how they lie and deceive the entire world. I am a professional businessman. I was brought here professionally by the government of Ireland, flying people over to South Africa, into South Africa, to test me, recruit me, and then bring me to Ireland as a professional in 2003. And then they intentionally, deliberately, I don't know to this date, had my neck broken, had my back broken, and then for 7 years kept me paralyzed from neck down while they extorted money, destroyed my life, destroyed my own pensions, my own medicals, my life, my wife, my children. You had to come by force, fully asking them, begging them, please, I need my wife's help to come save my life. And then how they provided all the assistance for the time period that I was being abused, tortured, and murdered. I already laid charges at the Ashbourne GARDA station in 2010. That is now 2019. For the entire duration, I have had nothing but running from one department to another department on instructions handed to me by the Minister of Justice, Bertie Ahern, in 2004, and Mary Harney in 2004 of the HSC. That is a medical doctor. His name, Declan O'Keefe, of the HSC St. Vincent's Hospital, is the man that decided that for 35 euro a month that he could extort money out of my life, take my life for the exchange of 35 euro a month. That was his sole purpose, was to take money and kill a man, kill a South African professional businessman that they brought over, that this government brought over. And then they've been trying to hide this and cover this. There is the HSC advocacy unit who are holding my salary that I use to save my own life, safeguard my own safety, acquire my health as best I could. And after they had finished with me, they removed all medical assistance, all doctors, every single assistance that a man can have to get back his life, to get back to health, to secure the security of my family. That they have put me under threat. They've put my wife and children under threat, health-wise, mentally, in every facet that you can think of. They have taken the liberty of enforcing their tactics of abuse, of using companies, bought gas that just walked in illegally, unlawfully, removed my gas. Then you have Electric Island, illegally, unlawfully, just walked in and cut my electricity. And I had to stand my ground. I had to stand in law. I stood up in law, and they broke all laws and tried to persuade me that this was not their doing. They were just doing their jobs. All instructions handed by the ministers of this country, Ireland. We have been thrown from pillar to post. They have removed all financial backing to support my family as a disabled man who's blind, half blind, deaf, and no short-term memory. All my internal organs are in a collapsed state. All internal organs I had to fight back from death to life, and then have my spine replaced and fixed because of a doctor who was rather extorting money out of my life. I didn't come here a beggar to Ireland. I came here as a professional. I had my own medicals, my own pensions, South African generated from the year 1982. I had 10 years left on my contract, and they offered me a 10-year contract. I have been to the EU. The EU have given me letters that I have submitted to this government, and the EU requested that Ireland obey law, abide by the laws of the EU, which they have rejected and refused. Totally ignored it, given me no Irish laws, no Irish constitutional laws, no human rights laws, not even animals' rights laws. And then they don't declare this all to the public. They don't tell their public that I had warned them in 2004 of all of this and the results of what is coming to Ireland because of it. They sold their people out. They sold their nation out. That is not my crime. That's not my doing. And it's not my responsibility to sort this matter out. I wrote to the African Union, the highest in the African Union, and I got a report back from the African Union. Thank you, sirs, because they said the same thing. They said this is an Irish crime. It has to be sorted out in Ireland by the Irish government. By that stage, I had already contacted the GARDA, immigrations. That is the people that stamped my passport, trade and enterprise, to report this matter. In 2004, uninvestigated, not one finger lifted, but they decided rather that they could kill me over a period of time and then kill my wife and kill my children. That is what they were trying to do. My daughter is back in South Africa. My son is in South Africa. I've got two children of my own in South Africa, and I've got two children here. And they are trying to tell me I must become Irish. And they can't help me because I'm not Irish. I didn't come here to be Irish. I didn't come here to take on Irish citizenship or passports or anything. I came here representing my country, which is South Africa. That is the government of South Africa. And I have stood my ground in business as a professional, protecting my people in all avenues, and seen the same tactics used to abuse South Africans, to abuse people that are working as professionals, and then they try and hide it and cover it. Now, I have been arrested and illegally, unlawfully thrown into prison like an animal. And when I went to the prison, I requested legal assistance and doctor's assistance. And as soon as I requested that, that was denied and refused. And then after a short time, they walked in and by force, the same way they threw me into prison, they threw me out of prison. That is by force. And so I took the matter up with the Gardaí, and his name, let me give you his name, Kevin Dillon of the Ombudsman Garda Sikona of Ireland. Now, I have written a number of times to this Kevin Dillon, and every time I now get back, here's the letter. I get back the letter. This is an automatic reply. I am out of office. Now, the first time I got this letter, it was, I'm out of office till March. And then I get a letter back saying, I'm out of office till the 1st of April. Now, this is human trafficking, okay? They actually killed me, attempted to murder me. My wife had to bring me back to life. They've tortured my wife, tortured my children, and I've asked for immediate emergency management. That was asked in 2005. Now, when you have an international crime and of this serious nature, then you instill emergency management. That means the government supply an advocacy team to sort this matter out immediately. But they are trying to go round and round the mountain, pushing me back down and trying to wait till I'm dead. Now, I have got very serious health issues. I battle to breathe. I have got breathing problems. I've got internal problems, organs that are collapsed. My wife has got health issues. My wife's life is at threat, and they continue to leave her and my family under threat. That's why, as I said, I have reported this matter to Immigration's Commission's ministers for many, many years, and they have done nothing. You've got a minister, Regina Doherty, who I wrote to countless times, and in 12 letters, each email that was sent off calling for assistance that they just removed illegally, unlawfully, calling for assistance to be reinstated, was denied. Now, then to have all access, financial access, refuted to protect my family. They have doctors that have got their hands tied, according to them, that refuse and deny all medical assistance. Then I had a confrontation with one of the people, and another case has now been made of intimidation, humiliation, and that physically trying to provoke a man to retaliate. That the man can stand up and say, well, what are you going to do about it? Now, that's professional. That you can threaten the public. You can threaten a man that is here as a professional. That you can throw him out of all medical places, refuse him and deny him all medical assistance, but you say you've got a method of complaints, and that is the patient rights. And I have done and followed all procedures, and they have broken all procedures. Now, the procedure is that I get my salary back immediately, which I have requested from the advocacy unit, and get the same replies. And the latest is that I get a letter back, and let me read it to you. It says, "Dear Kevin, thank you for your email. I will ask an advocate to contact you. Please note, the Advocacy National Service do not provide legal representation. If you contact the Legal Aid Board, you may be able to support you in this. Sharon Kavanagh, Administrator." That is, you got the subject or reason, GSOE C 96026008-18, human trafficking violation 5753612. And I wrote to them and I said, "I am currently being held as a political prisoner, disabled in Ireland." I gave them my telephone number, cell number. Thank you very much, Sharon. "I do require legal representation and assistance in this matter of international human trafficking violation. My children have been placed under direct threat, and my son, Michael and Nicole, are in South Africa due to the intimidation, bullying, physical harm done to my daughter. Family flew over to Ireland to remove her to safety back in South Africa." Now, when you have a situation of that serious nature, and as they say, you can contact Legal Aid Board. Now, in 2010, I went and I approached the Legal Aid Board myself and my wife and my children, and we have recorded it, as everything we do now in Ireland is recorded. I have got ministers recorded, every saying recorded. I've got HSE recorded. I've got GARDA recorded. I've got companies recorded. And the ministers, how they operate this is one of the tactics they use. Well, the company is the one that aids and abets this crime. Whatever the minister tells them, they do. Now, the proof of that, of course, is Bord Gas, that they say is a separate company. It's got nothing to do with your problem or your case with the government. But yet, when I gave them all laws to show and to prove legally that they are illegally cutting my gas, they denied even that law. They denied to by any law. They broke international laws of human rights and international laws of human trafficking. So they used Bord Gas to intimidate, threaten, and torture my family into humiliation and submission to their tactics of criminals. They did the same with the electricity. They did the same by trying to cut that you watch your wife crying night after night after night because her children are her concern. She is my carer and assists me and takes care of me because there are certain physical things I cannot do on my own. And when I requested the Gardaí to get my wife and get the assistance of my wife, they had me arrested. They refused me access. And then they take a year to try and sort out this problem. And 16 years of human trafficking and international crime. Now, I need to reiterate to everybody, I need to get my wife and my children back home. And this is what I said to the government. Leon Varadkar, I said, I need a proper advocacy team to represent this family properly. I need the release from the advocacy unit, which I have phoned, spoken to multiple times, more than 12 times over the years. And each time they say, well, we're a charity organization. We don't, we work on charities and donations. There's nothing we can do to force the ministers to obey law. Now, international law is not a matter of forcing law. It's international law. The United Nations have so kindly sent the same letters back saying that they will assist and step in. Now, I have gone to the ministers themselves because of the urgency of this matter, the urgency to get my wife to safety. Her health is more of concern than anything. The health and well-being of my children are what concerns me. And they are not concerned about this. They would rather take life. My son is bullied daily, and as a result of that, his education is suffering. And they are not concerned about that. They are not concerned with the well-being of my wife because their intentions are criminal. Their intentions are to do this family harm. Their intentions are that prolonged, they want to destroy this family of South Africans that is standing up for the truth, that has stood as professionals in this country. We are illegally being held and withheld through entrapment laws of the advocacy unit, of my salary, to protect my own wife and to support my own children financially, as I did before. And they're trying to withhold that. I have been to courts all over Ireland, and each time I've stood up in court and declared openly, publicly, this is out of jurisdiction. I need this matter referred to an international criminal court. And each time the judge has used the terms strike out, which means the government doesn't have a case against you. But we're not allowing you any law. I have walked into the courts, Criminal High Court of Ireland, and said, I need to bring charges, I need to go to court and bring the advocacy unit to court immediately, please. And then they have said, you need to get a solicitor to do that. Now, I have been to 5 different solicitors. 5 different solicitors have been bribed and paid off. 5 different solicitors have said to me on each occasion, this case is ready to go to court. We are ready to go to court. And before it got to court, they have returned and said the advocates of Ireland are rejecting it. Now, so that means they are using legal teams to behave like criminals and legal teams to carry on the crimes. So they are bribing them and paying them off. I have phoned the ministers, as I said, Bertie Ahern, Mary Harney, and many other ministers, personally. And while taping them and recording them, have been told, the minister says that this matter is with the advocacy unit. It's their duty and responsibility to give you your salary back. But the minute I go back to the advocacy unit, they instruct me it's the ministers. And so you go back to the minister and you say to him, the advocacy unit says. So they're playing this run around the mountain, stalling for time since 2004. I've been trying to get off this island. I've been trying to get home to my country because I saw your criminality. I saw your crimes, and I do not have part of that. I have my own government, South Africa, and I am proudly a South African, and they withholding my funds, my own salary, my own pensions, that need to be reinstated in the condition they were when I arrived in this country. I need my health reinstated in the condition in which the government of South Africa gave you this human being, Kevin Stivine. South African identity number 620503511085. I've got nothing to hide. I've got absolutely nothing to hide. Transparency is being transparent. And a man has to walk his walk and talk his talk. That is what my government stands for and represents. And so I do that. And that is a crime. Here in Ireland, that is a crime. To stand for any truth is a crime in Ireland. That is why I'm trying to get back to my country. And that is why I'm trying to get back what was stolen in the form, as per our president, current president of South Africa, that SARS, theft of SARS taxes, is a criminal offense. South African stealing from South African revenue is a criminal offense. And for the Irish government to steal SARS taxes from out of South Africa is a criminal offense, along with the human trafficking. Why? How did that happen? Well, it's simply this. I had a pension fund. 10 years are left on it. And that would have been the 10 years I'm in the island. At the end of that trip of 10 years contract to Ireland, I would have received my pensions, which was taxable and was taxed. Now that the Irish government have stolen my pensions, destroyed my pensions, those pensions, the amount due on those pension funds is greatly reduced. So there's a shortfall in SARS taxes, government of the South African government. That shortfall is the theft that I am trying to get back from the Irish government. It's my people's money. It belongs to my people of South Africa. And they are blatantly trying to get away with all of that. At the same time, trying to murder, rob, and steal from South Africans. That's a disgrace. That is an absolute disgrace and shame of any government. And then to work through companies, work through the GARDA is despicable. And that's why I've got a number of cases that need resolution. They need to be resolved. I've laid charges. And It's just amounting up and up and up, and they do not respond to any legal matters. I have written to the advocacy unit just recently, the transparency unit, your say unit, know all about this. Each one of you know all about this, and each one of you are partaking in it. Right down to teachers know about this, neighbors know about this, and they look at you like you're a criminal. No, your government is a criminal. You're the criminal. And I'm not a part of Ireland. I'm not Irish. I'm South African. And I warned your government of what all the bribery, crime, and corruption was going to result in. And your government is still trying to pull the wool over the public's eyes and deceive them and lie to them as fake news. I wrote to all the newspapers. I wrote to RTE1, RTE2. They know about this. Why don't you publicly declare this? Why don't you go onto the public media, mainstream media, and speak about this? It's because you're trying to hide it and you're trying to cover it up. I'm tracked with cameras all over the place, face track. You hack into my computer, copy my computer, hack into my computer, remove my emails, listen on telephones, record my telephones, personal private telephone calls that people phone in that you record. That's illegal. It's out of jurisdiction. You are out of jurisdiction. So you're just committing crimes with disregard, disrespect to the nation South Africa, to Africa, representing Africans. You're disrespecting all of Africa. So I thank you for listening to this morning.